Hi everyone, it's Matt here today with the Yale Look, the newest technology from the longtime lock manufacturer and new kid on the smart home block. The Look is a replacement to your existing peephole and doorbell and sits in where the normal peephole would be. With a little bit of installation know-how and ingenuity, you could have this installed with little more than a Phillips head screwdriver and possibly needle nose pliers in about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's unbox. A really quick and simple unboxing here. I've got the back piece for the Yale Look here. Now this is what's going to fit on the inside of your door, and this is what's going to go on the outside of your door. So as you can see, the cylindrical piece basically just slides into the existing peephole once you've taken it out, and you can go in and finish the installation there. And then of course we've got all the rest of the parts here at the bottom of the box. And you'll see included here are things like a base, screws, and a micro SD card. So the micro SD card will actually let you save your video and your images locally, just in case you don't, just in case your phone's dead and you can't retrieve any of your videos online, or just in case you want to have that little backup. All right, since the Yale Look does replace your existing peephole, the first thing we've got to do is pull the first one out. Now, this might be easier said than done. If your door is fairly old or isn't a metal door like mine, you might find that it's been painted over and you're going to have to slice that part off with a razor blade to make sure you don't ruin the entire paint job. My door here is only about 20 years old, and luckily the person that installed it only screwed it in really tightly, so all I really had to do was unscrew it like this and it started to loosen. You might find that if it's installed really tightly, you might need a pair of needle nose pliers to loosen it. Anyway, I'm going to take it out and we'll move on to the next step here. So I've got it about halfway out here, and you'll see really it just loosens and unscrews. Okay, so I've managed to take the peephole out, leaving the hole in the door there. So we're going to start the installation of the Yale Look. Alright, so here's what the outer piece and cylinder look like. As you can see, it just sort of slides into the hole like that. It should be about the width of your normal peephole, and if it isn't, you'll probably have to grab a drill and drill a bigger hole. Or, you know, if you've got an older door, well, you'll just have to drill a hole to begin with. Alright, so I've got the outer piece just sort of sitting at the edge of the peephole right now. It was a little bit of a pain to get it through because the ribbon side here kept getting stuck on the wood grain inside. So again, you have to be really careful. This is a really fragile piece here at the end, and you want to make sure not to shove it in too quickly or to bend it. So I'm just going to finish this here, and we will move over to the next step. Of note, while the ribbon piece is fragile, the connector at the end has a plastic cover over it, so you don't have to worry as much about bending or breaking it. The next step is to install the backing base. Here's where your installation is going to get a little bit tricky. There are two screws that you need to feed through the base and screw into the Yale Look camera itself. That's probably going to take you holding the Look in place with one hand and screwing the other end in like I'm doing here. Unlike a deadbolt where you can just tape the end in place, I don't recommend doing that with the Look. Handle with care. Alright, your next step is to install the back camera piece to the base. You start by connecting the Look's camera to the base and then clipping it into place. Follow the instructions carefully here because it's actually tough to clip it into place properly the first time, and it doesn't have much give if you mess it up. Other thing of note is to be careful you don't bend the wiring at all. It's not very hard to avoid doing it, but just don't do it. Next in line, we're going to install the micro SD card on the left side and then the battery. Yes, the Yale Look is powered by a battery pack that you charge through the included USB to micro USB cord. It does take a few hours to charge, so I'd probably recommend doing it overnight the day before you install. You'll know all is right in the world when you hear a doorbell sound and the LED light flashes red and blue. Just one quick note, there are no fancy video intros or bells and whistles to this. The Yale Look's video viewer actually won't display anything until you've finished installation and it syncs up with your phone or tablet. Our next step is synchronizing the app. Keep the instruction manual nearby to scan the product code and follow the instructions on screen, which looks a little bit like this. Well, from here, I wish there was a fancy demo I could show you, but truth be told, the Yale Look in operation isn't all that show-offy. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, and it isn't without its growing pains, to be honest with you. You do need a pretty strong internet connection to make this work, otherwise you'll run into notification and greeting delays. It's odd, but there were times where minutes would pass by between pressing the ring button and having it actually ring and register. That said, I do have a really weak internet connection around my front door, so it's not really all that surprising to me. Regardless, it's easy to set up and easy to use. You'll be hard pressed to miss the goofy smile of a guest at the door, like mine there. That's the Yale Look, now available at Best Buy. Please check the review for more important information about smart device compatibility and subscribe to this channel to get more reviews and install videos just like this.